Yappo, and welcome back to the overtime of the final against Woop's Beneath the Fold. Olesh is still here with me,
Hello again.
and this is the end of regulation. On turn 16, I managed to get a touchdown, and look at that cast box.
6 elves out of the game.
And
That's half his team.
yes, and I have 11 players because two of my 3 KOs got up, and he receives, but it's 6 on 11, so I can basically double mark everybody.
Yeah.
No rerolls. The way Cyanide does overtime is it just adds 4 turns on if there's still tied. And so you can actually score and then have your opponent score back and still be tied.
Yeah.
And just keep adding turns on.
I mean, the overtime rules are kind of not very good.
There's not really a good solution.
Yeah.
But, so this is not great because he is receiving, and he's got 2 of his plus agility players.
Yep.
But he's only got
he can't,
6 people.
Yeah, he can't swarm the backfield. At most, he can maybe get 3 guys back there, and that's kind of iffy. Unless he just dodges everyone away from the line.
And I actually didn't edit this one a whole lot because I figured, keep the tension up. See what the real serious business play is like here.
Well, finals are not a time for fun havers.
Overtime and finals, things get a little serious,
At least it's not 2-minute turns.
That might be better. I kind of like 2-minute turns, 95% of the time.
Oh.
Yeah. And this is basically the death sentence. Because everyone's going to get double marked on the line.
Plus, you're going to knock someone down.
Yep. So I'm trying to figure out who I'm going to mighty blow.
At this point, I think Mighty Blow might have done a thing enough.
Yeah, but you gotta keep trying.
Yeah. The difference between 6 players and 5 players is kind of huge.
Anyone at this point I can get out makes it just that much easier. It's not like...
By the end of overtime, I want to see a cleared pitch.
I don't know that that's going to happen, but... And, since I do have so many extra players, I'll keep both of my 7 movement players in the backfield, because they're both 7 movement and tackle.
Oh, that would be miserable to just get a blitz and screw it up because you don't have a safety.
Right. And so... the safety, this is why Squizgar and Sven are just hanging out back there, is because they're my safety.
Yep.
So they can actually, 7 movement can reach the sideline from the very middle of the pitch.
Tackle doing a thing.
So everyone's in at least 2 tackle zones. And I have a decent safety. So his plus agility guy is on the ground, except for the thrower.
No, plus, it's not like he can really throw the ball anywhere.
And all the ones in the line are actually in disturbing presence too, so...
Yeah, I mean, even if he dodges out, runs around your dudes, or even manages to run through them, he's not getting... He's not getting his whole team out there to defend.
Yeah, he's only going to get 1 or 2 down there, and I've got enough... He's not going to make it far enough unless he just runs through tackle zones, which he's not going to do with no rerolls.
He can't even put up a decent cage.
He doesn't have the people to put up a cage.
He'd have to put up a cage in, his own field just to be able to do it. He doesn't have the movement and the standing guys and enough players.
Yeah. So, this is why casting early and often is great against elves.
It's pretty much great against everyone.
I am really surprised, though, because I have had 1 casualty this whole game. And that was on a 1DB that I threw and got a skull on.
I mean, it's not like you haven't had the armor breaks. It's just, without Mighty Blow, it's hard to take advantage of it.
And I should have fired up, whatever the program is that tells you, but I kind of interested in, what the number of blocks were in this game. How many I threw versus how many he did and all that other stuff.
Yeah. I don't know. I always like to just get a feel for it. It lets me lie to myself about how well I play.
That and I always like, especially when I was rolling like 5 dub skulls a game, in like 60 blocks. That's great. And this is the pretty standard elf thing, is especially for high elves, is you put your thrower way back in the back because he can throw forever.
Yep. And he's doing the best he can.
Well, that doesn't help.
Oh.
Not helpful. At least he's still on the pitch.
That's pretty much the worst thing that could have happened for him. Because yeah, he's got one guy in your backfield now, but you get a free block, and you don't have to do anything else.
I think I might have forgotten to use my blitz this turn. Which is a really dumb thing to do in overtime with the receiver in the backfield. Like, I could have just blitzed him down instead of just double marking him. But
old world problems.
Yeah, it'll be okay. And that's pretty much any time I get a stun at this point in the game is really, really good.
Especially because you're now throwing some of his guys in a pile.
Yeah.
2 stuns. So he's got 3 players who can even act next turn.
Yeah, it's this is looking.
I'm waiting for you to move your Yeti, just to screw with the guy downfield.
Yeah, actually, that's the plan. Is I can put him between and behind the Ulf and Horsebjorn again there, and actually put everyone that's on the pitch right there in disturbing presence. But I'm gonna go mark that thrower, because best case scenario he rolls a 1 and falls down.
For a second there, I thought you were going for the boot.
Not with my plus agility guy. I could Yeti boot, I guess, but
yeah.
It's like I said, now everybody's in disturbing presence, and I'll see if I can stun that guy too, so he only has the 1 receiving option. Oh, I guess I went for the other guy. Which I shouldn't have done because I got a stun and got ejected, so I really should have gone for the other one there because I would have stunned him, but...
Oh, you just stood up next to the Yeti?
Yeah.
Didn't he try and dodge out?
I guess, it's like, alright.
Well, the stress must be getting to him.
Well, I mean, what else is he gonna do? He has 4 players that can move this turn.
I guess he can leap out. Give someone he can actually pass to.
I was trying to figure out if I could surf him here is what I'm counting.
Oh.
And he snaked the catch, or he failed to catch. It's pretty much the best thing that could have happened. I mean, he could have fumbled the throw somehow, but I don't think safe throw would have. I don't know exactly how it works, but. And now with 1 assist, I can get a 3 dice block on him.
Mighty blow?
Nope. No. But I still have 3 tackle zones on the ball, and he has not very many players left.
Yeah. Unfortunately, due to the nature of things, you don't have a double mark on everyone now.
No, but I do have everyone at least single marked.
Yeah.
and moving people towards the sidelines and away from the ball.
More stuns.
So this is looking pretty good right now.
Yeah.
Say. Because even if
I'm just waiting for the horrible fumble.
well, yeah, I guess that could happen, but and yet he's finally stopped behaving.
Well, he's still marking the dude.
Yeah, that's why Wild Animal is great, is because you can do shit like that. And be like, well, he failed his nega trait, but it's still fine.
I mean, in some cases, I really like Wild Animal more than Bonehead, because even if he fails, he's still doing a tackle zone.
Yeah, well, and Disturbing Presence especially too. Like, he's actually still helping standing there. Like, kind of. And he probably is not going to throw at any of those guys, but that makes it even worse if he has to.
Shadowing.
Yep.
Shadowing.
Oh.
Oh.
He forgot about shadowing, which it's the rule. If you forget about shadowing, diving tackle, or prehensile tail, it never works. They're all skills that make the dodge harder, and whenever you forget about them, they don't work. And then you think and like plan and like, man, I really need to do that, just automatically fails.
Yeah.
It's just the way Blood Bowl works.
Shit, at this point, you can cage up the field almost.
Yeah, I can. I mean, I can basically do a 4-point cage up the field.
And if you run far enough, he can't even jump into your cage.
The problem here is that I have 2 turns in this set of overtime. And that means if I want to score, I have to make it going for it.
You got... Oh, yeah, you only got 2 turns.
And that guy's 6 movement. So, provided I can run down there, my choices are going to be to stall for another 4 turns or to make it going for it.
Well, I don't know. It seems like you should be able to set up the cage and then do the going for it into it. So even if you trip, you're dropping the ball in a decent spot.
He'll fumble to the old full drop it outside of the cage and perfect time.
Yeah.
Double skulls.
But he actually can't score at this point.
Not in this section of overtime, no.
Not in this section of overtime. And the next section of overtime, you'll be receiving, won't you?
It doesn't. It just adds 4 turns.
Oh, it just adds 4 turns?
Literally adds 4 turns.
At which point, yeah, go ahead, just stall.
Yeah, and so yeah, it's really, really lame. So I don't really want to do that if I can avoid it. But
Well, it's not stall so much, but you get a 4-turn chunk and then another 4-turn chunk right after it. It's not like you're stalling and then taking the kickoff and scoring in 4 turns.
it's still not something I want to do if I can avoid it.
Yeah.
And so I got a pretty good screen going on here. Knocking down almost all the elves. I think I can knock down all of them actually, because I haven't used my blitz yet.
Yeah.
I wonder if I remember to do that this time. Oh, see, Claw actually helped.
Claw did help. It did a thing.
Yep.
Tackle didn't do a thing.
And all the elves are down.
Yeah, so reasonably safe to attempt a GFI. You can set all your guys up in position. You know, mark all his elves when he stands them up. At least make it hard on him.
And several of them are stuns too, so he's got not a lot he can do.
Cord pulling now.
No, it was a decent game, but I mean, to be fair, these injury rolls have been just incredible for me.
Yeah, you got a lot of injuries. Especially considering it's AV8, not standard AV7.
I mean, I've got Claw. That helps.
You've got Claw on one guy.
Yeah, he got an injury.
Yeah, he did. And he got a couple KOs too.
Oh yeah, since Squizgar got the touchdown, he's 1 SPP from a level. Hungry Like the Elf is 2 SPP from a level. I think there's someone else who's close too. I can't remember. But was like so close. I was like, had I been thinking I would have handed off and then passed back, installed to get that extra level on Squizgar.
Well, you can't get SPP in overtime.
Can you not?
No,
Really?
you're not supposed to anyways.
Huh. Did not know that.
I mean, cyanide may have its own cyanide thing going on.
May have messed it up like everything else.
Everything else, yeah.
And
Can you even reach the ball if you fail your GFI? And it
well,
doesn't go into the sidelines?
probably, but that's the thing is it will always scatter into the sidelines and it will always be a horrible, horrible throw.
That's where you mark the guys, you don't mark the ball.
Yeah. And so, trying to figure out, like, before I did, like, if I can block his blitzer down there and, like, get a stun, it's reasonably safe for me to make the going for it. So.
Isn't there a guy further down the pitch?
There is, but he just failed to dodge away from Sven and turned over.
Oh.
Which you didn't see because I wasn't paying any attention to him.
Oh, and KO.
Yes. So now
he's down to 5 guys.
Yes.
And now I want delicious burgers.
Oh, he
KO'd himself?
on the dodge away. Yeah.
Oh. Oh. This is not Woop's day.
So four guys, I suppose. So no longer can you crave burgers.
And you've got half your team just around those 2 down guys.
Well, where else am I gonna put him?
I don't know, a safety?
I have a safety. Sven's back there.
I guess that's true. Oh, you should have taken them both down.
I'd rather make an armor roll.
Oh, that's true. I keep thinking that he's got dodge, and he doesn't on a surprising number of his guys.
'Cause he's got like tackle and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, so here's the moment of truth.
It's the moment of truth. Wow.
Oh,
Touchdown.
See, he's the one that died on the going for it and made a touchdown the one time. So there's a little hesitant there, but yeah. So 4 L's left on the pitch. Only took one little segment of overtime.
And end of match.
Yep, and Niflheim wins the entire thing. Somehow.
Somehow, yeah. And you got a decent winnings roll.
Yeah,
That doesn't really matter.
60K in winnings. Yeti got MVP, so he needs one more.
Yeti got MVP. I should have gone for the Vanity Pass.
And Comatose was the lineman that died, so his MVP was just wasted. So, and we've got 90K, and I think I've got one more game I'm going to play before I call it quits here, but we'll get to that when we get here.